Shorty. How you doing
Hey,
today?
what's going on? I'm all right. How you doing?
Good to see you. What
Yes.
are we talking about this week? Is this week
We're
2 of the
doing week two.
NFL?
Yeah, week two of the NFL today.
All right, let's get it.
So let's get right into it. Uh, Definitely a better week for me.
Go Jets.
Go Jets. My Jets won 31-30 to the Cleveland
Oh
Browns.
gosh, that was a nail biter.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
I thought that game was over.
Yeah, we squeaked it out. We squeaked it out at the end.
Oof.
The game was over, more or less. 2 minutes left, down 13 points.
Jeez.
Thought the game was a wrap. Mm-hmm. And Cleveland made some.
I know they are kicking themselves.
Be honest, Cleveland threw the game. They didn't purposely throw the game, but they threw the game.
'Cause they could've won that.
They could have easily won that game. They should have won that game. I know they're kicking themselves. Nick Chubb scored a touchdown at the end that he shouldn't have scored. I mean, obviously it makes sense to score a touchdown, but in that instance, if he didn't score the touchdown, they would have ran out the clock. And they would have won the game. I don't want to blame Nick Chubb for the loss because Nick Chubb played his butt off in that game for Cleveland. He ran a lot of yards. He was instrumental in them getting that lead. So I don't want to totally blame him. They didn't recover onside kick. They basically gave up a touchdown to the Jets at the end with just no resistance. And I was down on Joe Flacco last week. Not this week. Not this week. Joe Flacco, 4 touchdowns, 307 yards.
He heard you and he said,
Yeah,
"Shut up."
he was like, you know what? Watch this.
Watch this.
So I can't say anything bad about Joe Flacco this week.
They brought the receipts this week.
You know, yeah. I guess that's what Coach Sala was talking about with the receipts. They got one game. Okay, let's not get carried away. They got one game that they should have lost, but I'm glad they got the game, obviously. I got to give a shout out to Garrett Wilson, rookie receiver on the Jets. 8 receptions, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't play like a rookie.
Nice.
I think this kid is going to really be good.
All right.
I think he's going to be good. I'm looking forward to seeing him play the rest of the season.
We'll keep our eyes on
But
him.
yeah, he looked good. He hurt his back in the game. Looked like he was going to be out of the game. Came back, played his butt off. I'll give him a lot of props. He was nice. That's really all I got to say about the Jets. 31-30. Very close.
Very close.
I give them props though for not quitting.
Yeah,
They could have easily
yeah, they
quit. So
coulda.
it's not just Cleveland. The Jets did do their part to win the game at the end. So they were resilient, and they took advantage of the opportunities Cleveland gave them.
And they gave them the opportunity.
And they gave them the
Had they
opportunity.
not given them that opportunity,
Yeah,
they would have lost that game.
we should be down 0-2 for the season. We're 1-1.
And we'll take it.
I'll take that. Jets 50%. I'll take Jets 50%. If they can win 50% of the games this year, I'll be a happy camper. That's not a great record, but listen, it's a start. It's a start. It's better than last season, so I'll take it.
Because we got a lot of young players.
A lot of young players on the team. Joe Flacco probably shouldn't be starting at this point in his career. He's an older player. He probably shouldn't be starting, but Zach Wilson's hurt. He has to start. But Joe Flacco did his thing. I got to give him his props.
So we just have some gelling to do.
Yeah.
And we'll get there.
Well,
I feel like we'll see. Well, I do think we'll see them progress through.
I want this young coach, Robert Saleh, to succeed. I want him to succeed. I like this kid, Garrett Wilson, a lot. I want him to do big things. And I don't root against Joe Flacco. I want him to do well.
Of course.
Hopefully Zach Wilson comes back and he plays well. But, remains to be seen. But a win is a win, as they say. A year from now, we're not going to think about how the Jets won that game.
Right.
We're just going to be like, they won it.
They won.
And that's
it.
That's it. It's a W. At the end of the day, I take it.
Okay.
So, go Jets.
Go Jets.
Another thing that caught my eye, well, the Arizona Cardinals won against the Vegas Raiders, 29-23 in overtime. That's not the story for me, though. Story for me is Kyler Murray, starting quarterback at the Arizona Cardinals. He was celebrating at the end of the game, high-fiving fans. And a fan decided that he was going to smack him.
What? Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I heard a little about this, but I didn't really delve into this. So what in the world?
He was celebrating.
Are you kidding me right now?
High-fiving fans. And a Raiders fan, gets salty, decided that he wanted to hit him in the face. He struck him in the face.
Me right now?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Wow.
Nah, can't happen.
That's nuts.
Can't happen.
That's
Kyler Murray was cool though.
Disrespectful.
He was stunned. He didn't expect it. He was stunned. Got popped in the face. Nah, you don't expect it.
Come on, man.
But the fact that he didn't really react. Listen, you know me.
You like that.
You know me. I'm not gonna be so gracious when something like that happens. I'm just not gonna be. You know, you can't smack me in my face and it's all good.
I'm not gonna be able to do
I'm not gonna be able to do that. So yeah, I give him props for restraint.
What did he do? He just walked off.
He's stunned. He barked at. I don't think he knew who hit him because he kind of was. His body was turned a little bit when he got hit in the face. So I don't think he saw exactly who hit him. But he started barking in the direction of some Raider fans where he came from. I don't think he knew exactly who hit him, but he continued to celebrate after that. He got away from that section. Like I said, he's a better man than me.
That's nuts.
You know, listen, they gotta do something to protect these players. And I hope, and I mean in that instance you can't really do much, but I hope that the dude was arrested.
Right.
You know, I hope he can never go to games again.
Yeah, he should.
You know, he should be banned for life. But he should be charged with assault.
That's crazy.
They got to do a better job protecting these players. Because they don't want these players to react. Players react to get into a lot of trouble.
We see that in the NBA.
We've seen that in the NBA. You know, we've seen players go into stands before. We've seen brawls. We've seen all of that. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Not in football.
Definitely not in football, man. These dudes are too big and strong for this. You know, that could be very disastrous. So, shout out to Kyler Murray for his restraint.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of credit for that because it takes a lot for somebody to be hit and not retaliate.
And maybe it was just because he didn't know where the hit came from.
Yeah, maybe if he knew, you know.
Might have been.
Might have been.
Well,
let's just leave it as it was a class act on his part.
Yes.
I give him a lot of credit for that because that takes a lot of restraint. So props to Kyler Murray for being classy.
All right.
And not retaliating. I give him credit for that. I really do.
Nice.
Kids are watching.
Yes.
So shout out to Kyler Murray.
Shout out.
That fan needs to be banned. That fan needs to be arrested. That's all I got to say about that. Moving on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the New Orleans Saints 20-10. Good win for them. Not a big Tom Brady fan, but shout out to Tampa Bay anyway. Just being honest. He's the GOAT, I will say that, but I'm just not the biggest Tom Brady fan. Biggest story there to me was a fight.
That was another situation.
Yes. Mike Evans, wide receiver, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Star wide receiver at that. There was an altercation on the field between cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints, mixing it up with Tom Brady. And
verbally, though.
It was more verbal. It was a little.
Nobody struck Tom.
It was like a little. It was more conversational, heated conversation. Leonard Fournette got involved. Running back of the Buccaneers got involved. It was a little pushing at that point, back and forth. Mike Evans was going off the field at that point. He sees this, runs back on the field, and shoves Lattimore to the ground. A brawl ensues at that point. Both players get ejected, Evans and Lattimore.
kind of not fair though. If you get shoved to the ground.
That's my point. I mean,
Come on, man.
Lattimore was doing a little bit more on the field prior to Evans coming on there. I think that's why Evans ran back on the field. I don't think Evans should have came back on the field because he was already going off. Let the players that are already on the field handle that. It seems like the situation was dying down a little bit. He came back in and escalated the situation. He got suspended for 1 game without pay. That's going to cost Tampa Bay for their next game. He plans on appealing the situation. He probably won't win the appeal.
Right. Like, what do you...
he tried to justify himself, but I'm like, you can't really justify that.
You had no business being there.
Right. The play was pretty much over with. The refs were handling it. You ran back on the field, but clearly these two dudes have something personal because in 2017, they had an incident on the field.
Really?
Yeah, where he shoved Lattimore. Again.
He's
He's a
a shover,
shover, I guess.
He's a shover.
Yeah, he's a shover. So they had an incident in 2017. I think there was another one in 2020. So clearly they don't like each other. But you just don't come back on the field.
Not acceptable.
Not only that, he's their star receiver. He's probably going to be out the next game. They have 2 other receivers that are injured right now. Chris Godwin, who might not play. Julio Jones might not play the next game. So Tom Brady's not going to have anybody to throw to, really. They're going to be running the ball, I guess, a lot. And they play Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is going to air that ball out. So they're probably going to have a tough time trying to beat Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. We'll see what happens, but Mike Evans got to be a little smarter than that. I like him. He's a great receiver, but he's got to be smarter than that. You can't let your team down like that.
Right.
You know. Moving on, San Francisco 49ers beat the Seattle Seahawks 27-7. Biggest story there. Trey Lance, starting quarterback of the 49ers, broke his ankle. He's going to need surgery, and he's going to be out for the season. Hate to see it, young quarterback like him with so much potential, out for the season.
Yikes.
Good thing they held on to Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo looked like he might not be with the 49ers this season, but they decided to hold on to him. And he's a good decision. He's a starting quarterback. He's a starting caliber quarterback. So that's gonna be a good look for them, being that they still have a quarterback who's starting level. But sad for Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. And he gets back on the field next year, stronger than ever.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Next, Monday Night Football. I want to talk a little bit about the Buffalo Bills and the Tennessee Titans. That was a massacre.
I didn't see that game.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo Bills, 41. Tennessee Titans, 7.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Yikes.
Wasn't even close. To be honest, though, the Bills, that's my team to go all the way this season. My early favorite to go all the way. I think they're that good. Josh Allen, starting quarterback, unbelievable. Stephon Diggs, starting wide receiver, star wide receiver for the Bills, unbelievable game. Their defense is crazy. Their defense looks really good. Tennessee Titans, they're no slouch. They're a good team. I think they were 12-5 last year. They're a good team. Buffalo Bills made them look terrible though.
Wow.
They're that good. I didn't even know the Buffalo Bills was going to be quite this good. They just look pretty much unstoppable, at least judging from this game. Remains to be seen what happens the rest of the season, but they look unstoppable.
Wow.
Only one sad note in the game is cornerback Dane Jackson suffered a neck injury, had to be taken to the hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was bad. It looked bad. But they say that he has full range of motion in his extremities.
Okay, that's good.
So thank God for that.
That's good.
And they said it looks better than what it looked like on the field. On the field, it looked terrible.
Wow.
It was hard to see that play. And the thing is, his own teammate hit him by accident. And I felt bad for his teammate because I'm like,
Yeah, he
he felt bad.
Yeah.
So play stopped for probably about 5 to 10 minutes, probably about 10 minutes roughly.
Wow.
It was bad. But happily he's feeling better. He's out of the hospital now. And hopefully he's on his way to recovery. The injury is not as bad as it appeared on the field.
That's good.
So good for him. Shout out to Dane Jackson. That's really all I have. I want to mention one thing that has nothing to do with sports, but we saw The Woman King this weekend, and it was a very good movie. Highly recommend.
There's been a lot of controversy I've heard recently. A lot of people are soured on the film because they say it doesn't depict history correctly. And the response from some of the characters in the film and the filmmakers is that the film is not meant to be a documentary, which is fine. You know, it's for entertainment purposes. But then the counter response to that from a lot of people has been that, you know, their whole marketing strategy was that the film is based on true events. So, you know, yes, definitely it was a great film, but we'll leave it to you know, anyone that's seen it. You know, comment below if you saw the movie this weekend, or, you know, let us know what you think, how you feel. Do you feel like you know, you could still enjoy the film in spite of the historical discrepancies, or, you know, because, I mean, the acting was tremendous.
The acting, Viola Davis did a great job, and a lot of other actors in the movie did a great job.
Exactly. I mean, you know, from a entertainment perspective, it's a wonderful film. Film. You know, I don't hold it against anybody that decides they don't want to see it because it doesn't, you know, it's historically incorrect. You know, that's definitely a very valid
Yeah, I think that's valid. I mean, I noticed a few things in it as well that wasn't historically correct, but it doesn't take away from the performance of the actors in the movie.
Yeah.
I will say that it doesn't take away from the entertainment value of the movie. But yeah, I think any movie can be nitpicked, you know. And I think if it was a documentary, I would find more fault with it.
Right.
Being that it's a movie, obviously, it's Hollywood. You know, there's nothing. It's loosely based, I would say, on certain things.
And at the end of the day, that's how they should have marketed it.
Yeah, that was a fault. I don't know how they marketed it. If they did market it as historically correct, then that's a stretch, because it's not even a stretch. It's just incorrect.
Right.
But if they didn't, they should have marketed it as loosely based. You know, but again, it's not a documentary. It's a movie. Movies generally are not 100% accurate.
Correct.
Even if they're depicting true events.
Correct.
So again, this is a sports channel. I just wanted to mention that. You be the judge.
And let us know. Sound off in the comments below. We'd love to get a dialogue going on that as well.
Definitely like to hear about that. Again, it's not sports related, but it's something I felt like mentioning. Yes. And that's what I chose to do.
Exactly. But this is our week one.
This is week two NFL.
NFL wrap up, and well, you're not gonna tell. Okay, we'll hear about the fight in the.
Well, I'm gonna do another video.
That'll be in the this is sports. This is
just an NFL wrap up.
Okay.
You know, I got a little off track with the Woman King, but you know, I just wanted to mention that.
So we'll see.
I'll talk. We'll talk about the fight and all that. But this is strictly NFL.
Okay.
But we'll talk about the fight. I got stuff to say about that as well.
All right. Okay.
We'll get into that.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Thanks. All right. Don't forget, everybody, like and subscribe. And if you're enjoying these videos, you know, share them. We love to grow our community.
Definitely appreciate the support.
All right.
Peace.